Welcome to Ascension Parish Coffee Talk, a weekly show where I talk about nothing but Ascension Parish. This week I will be talking about more than just Ascension Parish. I'll be talking about 3 different parishes and 3 different people in those parishes. I was not personally affected by the 2016 flood, so I felt ill-prepared to discuss it. So my friend Sondra Richard has reached out to some of the many people that she has met through this flood and it wanted to share their stories. Our next guest, what's his name?
Mr. J.D. Pence.
Mr. J.D. Pence.
Mr. J.D. Pence. You know, I never met this guy. I didn't know. I mean, so many people had reached out to me, and this gentleman here. He didn't have flood insurance either. Lived in Denham Springs and never flooded. And, a disabled veteran, and didn't have flood insurance. So this was a great family. Got to know him and his wife and his children, and to this day, he still comes over to my house. And we just sit down and talk.
Shoot it.
We just shoot it. We sure do.
Yeah,
He turned out to be a really good friend.
Yeah, well, he was really nice and very welcoming to us, and really nice for him to share his story with not just you and I, with everybody.
Right.
So let's go ahead and meet him now.
All right. Okay, so we in this neighborhood, we drove around, we saw the FEMA trailers, we talked to people, we see abandoned homes. 1 year later, we're still dealing with clogged up ditches, drained, nobody's working, the city's not working on the drainage whatsoever. And here, I'm gonna show you something. We are right here today in a subdivision, and look at this. This is starting to collapse. The city hasn't taken care of anything. I wouldn't walk on this too much.
No.
But look at all this trash from the flood. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try to walk that way and not fall in.
Well, this has never been touched.
Yeah, this hasn't been touched since the flood. And you can see, I mean, the water got high over here, right? The water got really high. I mean, this canal, you know, it drains. I mean, it's perfect. But look down through here. See all the grass and the trees growing up in it? I mean, all you got to do. This is what I've told people. Of different parishes, you know, Baton Rouge and Livingston and Ascension. You got people in the jailhouse, you got people in the prison. Take them out, put them out here. We're paying for them. We're the taxpayer, right?
Clean it up.
Bring them out here and let them start cleaning all this stuff up, because these people are flooding again. There are some people who have flooded 3 times since the 2016 flood. And it's because of this.
Yeah, because they never cleaned it.
Because the city won't do anything. They don't mind billing you, but they don't want to clean it. So, you know, I say take the prisoners out of the prison, give them some vacation, let them come clean everything. Because back then they laid our roads before me and you were born. That's how these roads got laid. Prisoners, remember? Yep. All right, so we're out here in Denham Springs off Amy Church Road, and this particular piece of property was an old trailer park. So when FEMA started bringing in the trailers, they needed a place to, quote unquote, create a FEMA trailer park. So they leased this land, and if you'll notice up ahead, there's a bunch of people that live here.
And a couple of weeks ago, the water got way up past the mailbox.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was pretty deep.
And we've been pointing out that, you know, these drains are not. This could happen again if they don't clean this out. I mean, not near the same size storm, because they're not cleaning these ditches out. And Sondra pointed that out today, we just want to make sure that people understand, it's gone, but it's not forgotten, and we need to keep on it.
Right.
Well, to bring everybody up to par and talk about some stuff, I didn't know this man before the water come in anywhere, in any city or any parishes. And as we've all gone through this, me and my family, I've met a lot of people, and Mr. Pence is one of them. So I'm just we're sitting at his FEMA trailer over here, and it's a year later, 1 year later. And I want to ask you, how was it a year ago? You remember anything? 'Cause, I've forgotten some stuff.
I'll never forget that morning.
Not that morning, huh?
No, not that morning.
I didn't forget that morning, but things that have happened after that I've forgotten.
Well, I don't know. I guess we were lucky we were able to stay at my mother-in-law's house. And she did welcome us with open arms. And we had stayed with her till February when we got into this trailer. And the fight with FEMA trying to get a trailer. I even tried to get one in my yard, and they said it wasn't feasible.
Yeah, but the neighbor next door got one, you didn't.
Well,
Your yard smaller?
the front yard, they couldn't put it in because of my power line.
That's right,
Come
power
across
lines.
it. And then the Corps of Engineer people were there and said, well, let's take a look at your backyard. So we looked at the backyard. He goes, oh yeah, we can get one in here. All you got to do is get a right of entry from your neighbor to take that fence down. I said, fine, I can get that. And so they left, and I went to my neighbor next door. I says, look, I said, I need a right of entry to get me a trailer in my backyard. We got to take the fence down. Oh, no problem. We just signed everything. And I tracked the guys down. They were still in town, and they came back and met me at the house, and I gave them that form. Well, a couple of weeks, maybe a month passed, and I called FEMA, and they says, well, our records show that your property is not feasible for a trailer. I says, well, does it say anything on there that my backyard was feasible? No, it sure doesn't. So Corps of Engineers failed to turn that in on their computer and all that, so we didn't get that there.
That's why you're over here.
Yeah, and we were supposed to have been out at Walker. They first told us that we were going to be in a park out there in Walker South,
But FEMA rented this place, right? They rented the land.
yeah,
And then they put some FEMA trailers over here
yeah,
for everybody. Now, how much water did you get in your house?
almost 7 foot,
Almost to the roof. Almost to the roof.
yeah.
And today, where are we at on that house? Where are you? 90% through? 80% through? 70%?
I would say maybe 90%. All we got left to do is put the rest of the floors down in the dining room and kitchen and my washroom, and then cabinets. I'm still trying to get a hold of some cabinets.
That's the toughest part.
We ran out of money.
Right. Well, you didn't have flood insurance like me.
No.
No flood insurance.
FEMA gave us a good substantial amount, but
Well, that only
they
goes
didn't
so
take
far.
into effect that the cost of materials went sky high. And
Well, supply and demand went up. I mean, the demand went up,
Yeah.
and the supply wasn't there, and demand went up, and supply and demand. That's what anything
That's
you
right.
do. It's just going to cost more money.
and then we were able to get a SBA loan.
Right.
So
Well, see,
but
that's
still
hard.
we ran out of money because of the cost.
Well, see, that's still horrible. To me, to get a because your house was paid off.
It was paid for. Now I have a mortgage.
Now you got a mortgage.
Yep.
It was paid off, and you're still trying to finish out, but you're out of money. And I know you have a contractor because he's my friend.
Yeah.
He also my contractor, and I know that Jason
Jason
Fall
is a great guy.
Yep, he's
I mean,
helped a
he
lot
coulda-
of people for free.
He could have walked away, but he didn't.
Yeah. And he's still working on it
Yeah.
on the weekends when he can. That's one contractor that hadn't ever given up. And he did some things for me for free, and he's doing a lot of things for you for free. And he's just a one-man, two-man band, we'll call it, right? One-man,
Yeah.
two-man. And that's what we need to. It's hard to hang on to those kind of contractors because most of the contractors rip you off.
Right.
We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen way too many times.
A lot of people have gotten ripped off.
It's sad. So in this process, I know that your wife has just recently passed away.
Yeah, July the 6th.
So that was not too long ago. That was almost a month ago. Almost a month ago. So the stress, I guess, and all this rearranging and your life being moved around, I'm sure that didn't help.
No.
I'm sure that didn't help.
No, I'm handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for Zoloft.
That's good. That's a good deal there.
Yeah.
Get you some sleep, huh?
Yeah.
Get you some sleep.
You got a sense of humor still.
Yeah, that's what you got.
You got to.
You got to.
You either laugh or cry.
Yeah.
That's it.
When I met him and his wife, Miss Lisa, we didn't get as much water as you did. I had gotten 12 to 14 inches. It kind of varied. So I didn't lose things that were 4 foot and above.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I did give you a lot of stuff like I did
you
other
did.
people. And he's got it stacked up in here in the FEMA trailer, so that when you get back in your house, it'll all be good. You don't have to
Right.
buy as much. I even gave you some brand new silverware. Went and bought you some brand new silverware, because when you 6-7 foot house, 6-7 foot water in the house, you lose everything. Your
Everything
your
got thrown
silverware.
away.
I mean everything. We had to take the ceilings out. I mean it's everything.
Well, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Now that how much longer does FEMA say that you're going to have in this house, in this trailer?
Well, they've been coming and doing monthly recertifications.
Okay.
And I've got another recertification coming up on August 26th. And the girl, Ty, she is wonderful, on the paperwork we put September 30th as a move out date. But when she comes August 26th, she's going to probably see that we're not ready to move out, so we'll extend it.
And how
we
long?
have until February.
February. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen in February?
That's the 18-month. I don't know. I don't think they're going to kick people out on
Well,
the
that's
street.
what they're saying. But here's the thing. When did you get this trailer?
I got it in February.
Of this year.
Yeah.
So see, that's what I was saying. It don't matter. The water was in our houses on August 13th,
Right.
and you just had to get in line, fill out paperwork, and just
That's right.
go through hell. Is what you had to go through. And here was February 2017.
Right.
He got this trailer.
Yep.
That's crazy. And he's only got to February next year.
Yeah, and they go by the date of the flood, 18 months from the date of the flood, not from the time that you move into a trailer.
Just be thankful you got one, huh?
Yeah.
Look, I don't think any of us could have done any of this. Not by ourselves.
No,
No. I mean, we all leaned on one another.
that's it.
I remember that. Remember y'all coming over to my house.
But that's
Me
how it
coming
is
over
here
here.
in Louisiana.
That's right. We don't need federal government. We don't need federal government. We got each other. We
That's right.
a bunch of strong coon asses over here.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, hopefully you can get back in over there. The only problem you got now is them ditches. That
Yeah.
city of Denham Springs needs to really tighten up and figure out what they're going to do
Yeah.
so we don't flood again. And that's just a simple rain. No, didn't you get a little bit in the back? I thought you did. After
we did a little while back, but I got all that taken care of. I dug into my trench.
So see, he did get a little water back in his house after the big water. And there's a lot of people that are re-flooding from these ditches that aren't cleaned out. And you're looking at one of them out there. Right there.
They say the first year is the hardest because
Right.
you got so many anniversaries and things like that. Like yesterday was Lisa's birthday.
Right.
But I think with the help of my two boys, we'd be leaning on each other.
That's right.
When they would have to.
Yeah, there was good and bad out of this flood. Some families were able to pull together tighter. Like some families didn't even talk to each other maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And now I see families that have pulled back together and once or twice a month they go in each other's place to eat. So there's many reasons why things happen. We just don't know why they happen. I mean, look,
Yeah.
me and you, we like 2 peas in a pod now. It's all good.
Yeah.
I never knew this man before this flood.
And I thank God for it too.
I'm telling you, we're good. Well, I want to thank you for taking time out to talk to us.
You're welcome.
But I just, I'm glad you got this rocker right here. I might go sleep.
And Sondra was nice enough to introduce us to some of her friends. And I appreciate you taking the time to interview all those people. And
No problem.
And I
No
appreciate
problem.
the people that were willing
Yes.
to get on camera and talk about their stories, because they're heart-wrenching, really.
Yeah, they are, especially when we went to Mr. Pence's house. He had lost his wife, 3 weeks prior to the 1 year anniversary here. But that was my 19th funeral to attend since the flood. So there was extremely
After effect.
Oh man, there was some people. There was and I'll leave them nameless, but there was a couple. That the husband, he just killed himself, so he couldn't carry on with his family and figure out how to get out of this rut. So this past year has been crazy.
Tough.
It's been devastating. Still is to this. That's why we're doing this, is
Yes.
to show people across the United States that have contacted me.